Borzou Daragahi, international correspondent for The Independent and a senior fellow at the Scowcroft Center for Strategy and Security at the Atlantic Council. He is here in Istanbul. Borzou, good to see you. You know, Iranians have faced pressures like this and worse in the past. Why now are there so many leaving, and how easy is it to find another place to establish roots?
Well, I mean, I think the big elephant in the room that the correspondent probably wasn't able to mention. It's not just the economy. Iran has had economic troubles in the past. The big elephant in the room, what is not mentioned in the report that was issued, is the fact that there's basically no hope. You know, in terms of where the country is headed. There's a large educated middle class, youthful, looking outward toward the rest of the world, and a extremely repressive and ideologically extremist regime that is lording over the people and imposes all sorts of political constraints and religious constraints. We've seen that with the continuing every now and then protests that were sparked by the death in custody of Mahsa Amini. I mean, if you're a young person living in this country, your number one plan is to get out because it's a country that is not free, and there's no hope that it will become free.
You know, these protests that you mentioned, there are many people who have called that a revolution. Some analysts have said it's really the beginning of a revolution. And that's something that, by the way, U.S. officials in the last administration called for time and time again. What do you think? Is a revolution beginning in Iran?
I think there is a somewhat of a kind of a revolutionary dynamic that has taken hold among certain segments of the population. I think that it is a really, really threatening force as far as the regime is concerned. But you got to see also that times have changed, and we've had revolutions in the Middle East over the last 10 or so years, and the outcomes weren't great. And I think that states have learned how to repress these kinds of political movements. And there's no guarantee that this revolutionary movement will be successful. And so people are voting with their feet.
Yeah. All right, Borzou Daragahi, it's such a great opportunity to have you on our show. Thank you.